Then I want to talk a little about raspberries. When I was writing my book, one of my staff told me, don't write too much about raspberries, because she knows that I like raspberries, and the risk is I write too much about them. This is a new variety from Finland, Maurin makea. Mauri is the boy name, and makea means sweet. It's an early ripening, low-growing variety, very good tasting, so it could be good for Iceland too. This is the same picture. In Finland, when we grew raspberries, we have this system with like a V. The old branches giving fruit are turned to left and right, and the new branches come up in the middle. You can get the same result in a different way. Easy to pick. And the new stems branches not disturb the old one giving crop. Mm-hmm. Because the first year the new branches grew, the second year they give crop, and when the last berry are picked, that stem will die. Mm-hmm. So in commercial growing, we have about 3.54 meter between rows. Depends how we take care of. And from one plant to another, we plant 50 centimeter. I did the mistake first time I was planting raspberries. I put only 2 meter from one row to the other row, and it was another variety more high, so in the ending it became a tunnel, and they didn't get so much sunshine. I think we should grow much more raspberries in Finland. Still, it's enough. We are 5 million people live in Finland, so it's only 1 deciliter for each of us. Mm-hmm. We don't have. I will tell a few words about tunnels. We don't have very much tunnels in Finland, plastic tunnels, but raspberry is one thing we tried, and strawberries. And but it's just in the beginning. It's not like in England. But the result of raspberry growing in plastic tunnels was that 97% of the berries become first-class berries. And another good thing was after picking, they was fresh up till 8 or 9 days without any problem. If they grew and ripened in the plastic tunnel. From outdoor growing, already day number 3, it was almost too late to sell them. Then I want to talk about Saskatoon berries, or Amelancher alnifolia. We started in Finland for maybe 15 years ago to plant Saskatoon berries. Saskatoon berries are very important for American Indians, Canadian Indians during hundreds of years. It have been their staple food, very important for survive the winter. How important they have been, we understand when we heard that one Indian population during their creation story, human being was created from a Saskatoon bush. Mm-hmm. And I understand because Saskatoon is very useful. You can do so many things with the Saskatoon. I was visiting city of Saskatoon in the state of Saskatchewan in Canada many years ago to learn about Saskatoon, and I find a big store full of Saskatoon products. Everything from soap to champagne. It was tea. It was juice, marmalade, everything. And they had a restaurant full of people. I had to wait a long time to come into it. And they served only food made of Saskatoon. And when I was there, there was signs everywhere about self-picking of Saskatoon berries. So they go to fresh consumption, but they also go to processed berries. And I also believe here it's if we want to grow them commercially, it should be both fresh berries and for processing industry. We have 4 different varieties: Smoky, Thyssen, Martin, and Northline. Northline is low growing, become only 1.5 meter. The other become about 3.5 meter high. They look about the same, but the taste is different, pretty much different. Smoky, for example, is mostly sweet, but the other are both sweet and sour. So I like the other best, but Smoky have been in the market so long time, so it's still much because of that. It's a very have no big problem with diseases. It's easy to growing. You don't need any female and male plants, nothing difficult. Where black currants survive, these survive also. But this is not the only Amelanchier good tasting. One example is Amelanchier lewisii ballerina. We have until now only sold like ornamental bush or low tree. But in fact, ballerina's berries even more delicious than Saskatoon berries. That's my opinion. So we find and learn more all the time. Saskatoon berries ripen during the period of about 3 weeks, so you need to pick them 3 or 4 times to get every berries. But the problem is that the birds don't wait for you; they come easily before you to pick them. They very fast. Birds in Finland learn that this is a delicious berry. We have a farmer not far from our place. He have 1 hectare of these Saskatoon berries, about 2,000 plants, and the main problem is birds. 1987, University of Kuopio started to test grow American blueberries, the half-high varieties, Vaccinium corymbosum, crossed with angustifolium. They test grew them for 7 years. Varieties was North Blue and North Country. And after that, they become popular in Finland. And both TV and radio and newspapers like it to write about these new berries. But they was not so easy for normal home garden. They need a little bit more than other berries to survive. Not every people know what means low pH. They have no idea, so they didn't know how to grow them. They just dig a small hole in the grass and put them there and expected to get a lot of berries next year, but it didn't happen. They didn't grow. But now, 20 years later, now people start to understand. They have learned how to grow blueberries. So now, mostly of our customers are happy with the result, and they are come to tell me probably that they get so and so much blueberries. So it took a long time, but now we know how to grow them. We have Finnish bread also, but they come from America. But the breeding have been done in Finland.
What do you mean? They come from America? They produce
they are
multiplier.
American low bush blueberries.
Yeah.
We crossed in Finland.
Yeah, you mean okay, but you have done the crossing in Finland.
In Finland, yes.
Yeah.
Here is one example, and about almost 50% of the growers in Finland use these Finland breeded varieties, but they are much smaller than North Blue, Chippewa, and the American. And the hardness is not better. We have an organization helping commercial berry farmers in Finland, and I give them a telephone call
Okay.
to have something important to tell you. We have many other, also Alvar, for example. In Sweden, they have Putte and Emil. They're about the same size, little bit bigger than our wild-growing blueberries. The last 10 years, the commercial growing of blueberries have going up from 3,000 kilo to 91,000 kilo. So it have become important berries, not only for commercial grower, also for normal home gardener.